Viltrox DC X3 Professional Monitor might actually be the next best budget monitor in town, and it's packed full of features. Let's have a look. Now, in the box, we have a few things. We have a screen protector film. This is just like a picture of the device itself. We have a photography monitor screen protector. I think that is actually for the screen itself. You have about like 3 cables in there. You have a USB to USB-C cable. You have an HDMI cable. Then you have this sort of like, it's an HDMI cable, but the type that you can connect to your camera. And I think this will work for my EOS R. You also have a battery that comes with the device itself. It also comes with a mounting head. With this, you can screw it to a tripod. And then we also have the Viltrox itself in there. Looks pretty good. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna have a look at the features of the Viltrox DC X3 itself. The Viltrox itself is pretty unique and it has an interesting build. First, it has a cover, a screen guard here. Now, it's not, I must say that the screen is not anti-glare, but at least with this, you have a hood that stops the light, the sunlight from, or any form of light from getting into your screen directly. Now, on the body, we have, right on top of it, you have 4 function buttons, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a power button and an LED indicator. At the back, you have a slot for battery. You also have an SDI input and an SDI output. And I must say that this is pretty unique because most times you find recorders that have just HDMI inputs and outputs, but this has HDMI and an SDI input. So I find this pretty unique. Now underneath also we have a DC input and a USB-C input, meaning you can power this via USB-C or use a DC input. You have a mount here, you have a USB-C. On the side, you have another mount. On the other side, you now have the HDMI input and output and an earphone jack to listen to the audio. One of the things I love about this screen right here, it actually looks sharper than my Atomos Ninja V. I mean, if you see the screen, it's pretty clean. To get into the options, what you have to do, you have to double tap. Now, when you double tap, you find the menu on the left side and beneath. So on top, once you double tap, you have the volume bar. Now this, once you click on this, the volume bar turns up. Next to that, you have the histogram, you have the vectorscope, you have the RGB parade, you have the full waveform, and you have a space for 3D LUTs. I mean, that, honestly speaking, for something this small, I would not have expected it to have so much of this on the inside. Now, on the next menu, this is where you have your focus peaking. You have the option of peaking between red, green, or blue. If you increase this, now you can see that it's showing all the areas of the focus from the camera. This feed is actually from my main camera. Okay, there we go. So we can reduce that. And then also you have false color. You can pick different colors. You can pick gray, red, green, or blue. You have other, options like the underscan and the overscan. You can also flip your screen depending on how your camera is set up. You can also turn your camera, you can turn the view around if you are shooting real mode. Now, the next one is actually the grid, focus grid. Now you have the trisection, which basically cuts the screen into 6 places. This grid is usually good whenever you're filming, so you can frame properly. You also have the Centra. You have tons of options here. There are loads of menus here. If you want to zoom in, you can zoom in. You have 1 time all the way to 10 times. The next option, you have the brightness, contrast, saturation, hue, sharpness, the backlight, the color temperature, and RGB. And finally, you have the inputs on the screen. You have the HDMI and the SDI. So with this, you can define which input you're using. Also underneath, you have the input channel, you have the language, you have the fan speed. Now with the fan speed, I found that when I was using it at medium, it was just fine. It never really is that loud for it to come into your recording. I usually like using it on medium or auto. I barely hear the noise. Then you also have the volume, and that's the volume for the ear. For the headphone, you have your OSD menu, and you have your function key. With this, you can actually set the functions on top, the 1, 2, 3, 4. You can actually set what you want to see. Right now, mine has the full waveform, the false color, the 3D LUT, and the screen lock. And basically, that's all about the screen and how to set it up. I mean, to be honest, what's not to love about this screen right here? I practically love the fact that when I'm using it, I can remove the hood. I can use the hood outside, and I have the option of not using it when like shooting in the studio, for example. I don't need the hood because it's controlled lighting. I love the amount of options it has. I mean, another option I really love is the fact that you can zoom in on the shot and reframe the shot. I don't think I can do that on my Ninja V. I think there's just like two things that I have an issue with. One is the fact that the battery doesn't last. Once you charge the battery, once the battery is full, in less than 1 hour thereabouts, it just dies out. Why? I don't know. Which is why I prefer using these lithium batteries. I use them on the Ninja V. I use them on most of my monitors. So our advice, if we're going to be using this, it would be advisable for you to get a bigger battery. That battery just doesn't last. And second, I mean, the second and the last reason why I have, a snag I have with it is the fact that it doesn't record. I mean, if it recorded, that would be the end of my Ninja V, honestly speaking. Another thing is it also doesn't mirror 4K. It's a 1080 screen. So it's painful, If you could record, I mean, because the clarity is ridiculous. I mean, I took it outside and I was filming, and because I had the hood on, it was so clean. Another thing I love about this screen is the fact that when you're viewing most monitors, if you are looking at it from an angle, maybe the left or the right, it looks a bit desaturated, If you're looking at it from weird angles, it looks desaturated. But with this screen, any angle I look at it from, it maintains the same color composure. So I love that about it. I mean, I think what I love about it is more than what I don't like. It's a budget monitor. Right now, it goes for $268 on Amazon as at today. I mean, I would work with this monitor any day, any time, purely because of the resolution of how clean it is, the options that I have. I mean, I can bring in my 3D LUT. I mean, there are just tons of stuff in there for you to use. And besides that, I think that's basically all about the DC X3 Viltrox monitor. So if you guys get to lay your hands on it, let me know. Let me know what you love about it. If you discover anything new that I haven't covered, please let me know. Like the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please smash that subscribe button, share the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Ciao.